What I struggled with was the lifestyle of being a professional athlete. And I resented a lot of the things about what it took to be at that level, the lifestyle.
What I heard on a podcast you've been on recently was that at 25 and 26, about 5-6 years into your professional career, was when you started seeing a sports psychologist properly. And I just want to dive into a little bit more about what you took from that experience personally and what barriers, what boundaries you really felt you overcame throughout that process.
That's a great question. I always felt like I was a pretty strong athlete mentally, and it wasn't until I started dating a girl who was using a sports psychologist and was introduced to the field. I was about 26 maybe when I was introduced to the field of sports psychology, and this sports psychologist was so helpful to this female athlete, and I ended up talking to him as it related to my relationship with this female athlete. And when I broke up with this girl, I said, listen, I know that you have been working with her for years, but I really value the time that we've spoken together. Can I start working with you now too? And he was gracious enough to bring me into his stable of athletes. And then I worked with him for, a decade after that. I still talk to him on a regular basis. And for me, there's a lot of athletes that worry about, struggle with visualization or confidence or, anxiety. I didn't struggle with any of those things. I was actually really kind of, solid on all of those things. What I struggled with was the lifestyle of being a professional athlete. And I resented a lot of the things about what it took to be at that level, the lifestyle. And so 9 times out of 10, when we'd talk, he would just help me reframe things in my mind. So instead of looking at everything as a sacrifice, as everything as, I'm in this holding pattern that's preventing me from living the rest of my life, he reframed it in my mind as an opportunity, as something to be grateful for, even though it was challenging, to embrace the challenge and to dig into that. And so it allowed me to train harder. It allowed me to be happier. And I think that, a happier athlete it performs better typically. So we really focused on learning to love the process, learning to embrace the process, and find happiness and fulfillment in the daily challenges, rather than this. My natural inclination was, I'm going to just hate my life for 9 months out of the year while I train my ass off until the fun stuff that is the season. He taught me how to enjoy those other 9 months.
You've mentioned previously as well that it was a very lonely existence.
It's a super lonely existence. Being a professional runner is not a good job. Full stop. Like, I'm glad I did it. I had a wonderful career. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I am so grateful that I don't have to be a professional runner anymore.
Is that why the community side of your YouTube channel and your existence now is so prominent? That sense of community? Do you feel like you're making up for lost time with everything you do now because of what you missed out on in your athletic career?
It's almost like I cherry-picked my favorite part of my career and said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. The favorite part of my career was competitions and interacting with my fans. Right? That's why I loved the season so much. That's why I just looked forward to the season all year long and hated it the rest because it was so lonely. I'm like, I just want to go race and I just want to sign autographs for the fans. Like, can I just do that year round? So now that's what I do year round. I put on my own events. Yeah, I put on my own events and I invite everybody to come out and race me, and then I stick around and sign autographs and give everyone high fives. So I cherry picked my favorite part, the community and the competition, and I made my YouTube channel that because I knew that would be sustainable for me, because some YouTubers, they look towards the content creation days and they kind of roll their eyes and they're like, oh, I got to do this. I got to play this character, for my fans. I just literally just do what I want to do because I want to do it. Even if I made $0 YouTubing, I would still do this because I enjoy it so much, It's icing on the cake that I get paid for it.
Yeah. And I think that if there's a lesson to be extracted from that, it's that everything that we do, we should analyse and take away what actually makes us feel fulfilled, what actually makes us happy, and just focus on it more. Because it's so easy to just get stuck going through the motions, and you could have just put a pin in your professional career, carried on with Rungum, and that would have been it. But you would have been missing out on all those things that you enjoyed as part of your athletics career. So I think it's very inspiring to see how you've managed to merge the the different components together.
One question that I absolutely hate asking of myself is, why am I doing what I'm doing? And I don't naturally ask myself that question very much, but my sports psychologist, who now I would say is my life coach, he's always asking me, Nick, why are you doing X? Why are you doing X, Y, and Z? And I have to seriously sit back, because I never think about it. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing that. It doesn't make me, if I say it doesn't make me happy, then I kind of reevaluate why I'm doing it at all, and maybe I should need to strike it out. Or if I say I'm just doing it because it makes me so happy, then he's like, maybe that's something that you need to dig into further. So I think that I am, if you study Enneagrams, I'm an Enneagram 7, which means I'm constantly looking for fun. Like, I'm a fun-driven person. If I'm not having fun, it's not going to last very long. And everything that I do, whether it was my running career or business or YouTube or anything, am I having a good time is like the underlying driving emotion in my life. You say what you want to about that. Everybody's driven by different things. Having a great time is what drives me.